Alright, it says we're live. Should be fun. Let me pop open a window here. Oh, can I not spell? I can't spell. Twitchy TV. Go over here to the channel. Pop up. No, that's not what I wanted. Channel. Okay, it does say I'm live. That's good. Let's do one of... Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to change over to my development settings. Alright, so we're going to get going here just a wee bit. Alright, got that done. Pull one of those out. Let's do a that thing. Boom. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. Copy, paste all the things. All right. Let me verify I'm actually doing this right. Okay, cool. So I can just do that. All right, cool. Actually, let's do this. It says I'm live. Let's see if my phone says I'm live. Oh, it does say I'm live. All right, so we are live. We have voice this time. Last time we tried, we didn't have voice right away. That's good. Right. Okay. Let me go post my is live bits in some places. Boink, boink, boink. There's that. All right, and then where else we want to plug this? General. Huh. Okay. Okay. I think I can close down this window then. Boink. And chat's still up, same as like. Nice. And oh right, I was gonna jump in my Discord and do shitty chat. Boom. Nice. Okay. So we're in Discord. Boom. We'll do one of those. What? Alright, never mind. Wait, what? That doesn't seem right. Hold on here. That. Really? Interesting. Okay, never mind. Actually. Weird. I was gonna self-promote in all the mods chat room, but apparently No links are supported for whatever reason. Hmm. Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay, doke. Let's actually get into this real quick. Hello. How's it going? I'm trying out Twitch tonight instead of YouTube. We're gonna see how this rolls. Jenny B on the Egnomatica Discord was like, "Hey, you should try Twitch." So I will. All right, let me see. Let's see. Last stream we left off with, I don't remember. I think we finally fixed the bug that wasn't allowing us to absorb dust into our pedestals, if I remember correctly. But that should be fixed. And so I think today we're going to add some particles when there is dust in the pedestal. We're going to add some chat output of some sort that shows us what's in the pedestal. So a couple different ways we can verify there's dust in the pedestal. And then I don't know what else we might do here. Twitch is best for most people, I suppose. Yes, that's true. I could stream to both if I really wanted to. It would be rough because I only have 10 upload. So streaming at 5 megabits upload, or 5,000 bit rate is doable, especially for dev work, because a lot of times your games, you have a lot of FPS on games, and that's what requires a lot of the bandwidth for keeping it smooth. Whereas when you're doing dev work, I'm not really switching screens very often. So other than when I have the game loaded up here. So yeah. Okay. So maybe I could dev stream to multiple places, but I don't know. Would be something I'd have to maybe try out in a future stream. But I do know if I would end up getting affiliate with Twitch, I don't think they allow you to do that, or there's some restrictions on it or something. So I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. And it really just, maybe I'll push for affiliate if we had a bunch of people here, but I don't know. We'll see. I do know I want to upload VODs to YouTube for sure. And even with affiliate, you can do that after like 24 hours, which is reasonable. So it's like, I could consider that option and not be too like constrained or stressed by it. So I might consider it. All right, so we have 24 dust. There's still 24 dust. Does this not work? I thought I made it work. Wait. How is that over 1,000? Oh, okay, there's a bug. I see. Okay. Oh, the limitations are with partner. Okay. That's something to consider. I don't know if I'll ever make partner. The partner looks like it's kind of difficult, maybe. So it says it's 4 dust. Is it 4 dust? No, it still says 4. Okay. What if I do this? Oh, it probably won't work. Takes time and effort for sure. Yeah. That would make sense. What is my default size for... I don't remember. Config. Oh, this is my run file. Okay, configs. Yes, so the missing texture is for an item. Right now. I don't know why that's happening. Stupid game thing. If I go back... Nope, weird. I don't... The error generation geo invalid operation thing is now spamming my window. I'll ignore it for now. Let's just go away. Okay, so the reason for that is let's put a pedestal down. Let's throw some items in it. Let's item, fluid, energy, boink. And fluid. We have a couple of water buckets on us. That sounds good. So it's going to put some water in here. Yes. So, yes. We'll get to that here. Right now, if you break a pedestal, this is what happens. Your liquid falls out, your items fall out, your energy falls out. And I don't know if people are going to like that. So, the remedy to that would be dropping custom items that will basically act as the items that fill out. And then those items will act as like kind of like a mega storage type item. So it's like it'll be an item that says it has X number of fluid buckets in it or something, or energy or whatever. It'll be a config option. Because I like the spill out mechanic for pedestals, but I don't know if everyone will. So yeah, it's kind of like a placeholder. I'm calling it mechanical storage. And then this is the dust specific one. There's one for items, energy, fluids, and experience as well. So, but it's just another option. And then I could use these, like for this, I could make an upgrade that makes these, so you could like store items in an item basically, which would be kind of like the factorization packaging system in a way, if you know what that is. But yeah, similar to bundles. Yeah, that's true. So something like that basically. I thought about doing something, but as far as the RF mob gen and all the other RF generators, my plan is for that is let's toggle these back off. The plan is for the generators is do generators all in one mod. Generators are... I have so many ideas for different generators, like obviously the fuel generator, the enchanting one, which I want to do something better. Will there be better navigation for the switches? Yes. The goal eventually is to do some type of radial dial like Ars Nouveau has for their spellbook, something like that. And that way you toggle it on or off. Which is why I've switched to basically a toggle system already, which is better than what I had before, which you literally toggle through every different option. So, yeah. Yep. I have plans for better toggle stuff for sure. But yeah, the generating those are, yeah. So yeah, all the RF generator stuff will be its own mod because I have enough unique generators planned that I don't think I want to make them all upgraded pedestals. I think I want to do more custom stuff with them. Because like for the mob generator one, I thought, oh, I could use pedestals and then have mobs above the pedestals. And the mobs above the pedestals would then drain their life force or whatever for the generation. But I thought, what if I made like a central, like, this is the generator, and then had either used pedestals as the surrounding thing still, or if I did something more custom, like special resonating chambers that you could build for mobs, or I don't know. Crazy ideas. And then I had like a resonating crystal generator idea planned, like for effect scrolls mod, basically. I thought, what if these crystals could resonate with other crystals and based on the resonance power or something. But again, that'd be one of those things where it's like I would have to add Pedestals can compat for this mod, and then in this mod make the special upgrade for it. Or if I made a generator mod, then I could do it all in the generator mod, and I think that'd be a lot easier, because I don't know if all packs want my crazy stupid generators in their pack. So because like Enigmatica 6, for example, their expert mode, they straight up disabled all my generators. So yeah, I don't know if I should keep them as like a default part of the mod, basically. But yeah. Okay, so I have an issue. Oh, I screwed up again. Okay. Throw that in there, throw that in there. If I brush up against this, it will absorb any dust in my inventory. I don't want it to do that right now. What I want it to do is, I think... Oh, it actually sucked it all up. Like it was supposed to. The question is, how much is it going to give me? And it says 4, which is right. Okay, so what was my issue earlier? Let's go... What is the default transfer rates of dust here? Dust transfer rate. Instead of replacing, we're just going to use the arrow here. So let me see, define and range, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so 10 is the default transfer rate. So if I have more than 10 dust in a pile, when I go to have it suck up that dust, first of all, it's not sucking up the dust for some reason. Second of all, it overfilled it for some reason. That was 12 dust. 12 dust should look more like that. Well, not quite, but like that's 1,000 now, which is not right. Which means this probably has 30 in it. So what's 12 times 12? 144 times 3? That's still not 1,000 though. Wonder if... Okay, clearly a bug. And I think the bug is caused by me trying to set the dust value of the dust items. So let's look here. Item entity, so it happens here. Okay, so dust amount, if it's greater than dust transfer. God, I'm trying to think how this works again. Yeah, so the dust, yeah, the dust item should be 1-to-1 instead of 12. So yeah, dust. So crystals craft into 4 dust. 4 dust is 4 dust. What's happening is I'm setting... I think what's happening is this is triggering. So get dust magic and stack. How this works, if we look at the code here. And look at this here. Okay, so how this works is it actually takes into account the size of the stack when it estimates how much dust is in the stack, because a stack of items is a stack of items in code. But I think what's happening is when I'm setting the amount of dust, so what I'm doing is I'm doing this method. I don't think I'm actually taking into account the stack size. And I think because of that, I wonder if it's setting every individual item to have that amount instead of it divided by all the different items. So this... I'm going to have to do a little math here. So what I might do... Oh, this file's read-only. Oh, because this is inside of our lib class. Right. Okay. Okay. Let's open that up, hide that. Cool. Okay, so now... something's not right here. Okay, you know, maybe I'm making this more confusing than it has to be. I'm gonna... Hold on, we're gonna go black screen real quick. And then I'm going to do... Oh, I don't even know what desktop is which now. Oh, no. This one. Oh, I picked the right one. Alright. There we go. So now we have the full window here. Okay. Perfect. Cool. Alright, so Mallib here. Mallib has dust magic in here. Is that the right one? Yes, it is. Okay. So set dust magic in stack. When you come down here, and then go if greater than 1. Yeah, greater than 1. So if our stack size is greater than 1, I could do greater than... No, greater than 1 for sure, yeah. Okay, so if it's greater than 1, then what I need to do is I need to take this value. Oh, I'm going to do int... We're going to set this equal to this. And then we're going to modify that instead of here. So if it's greater than 1, which means we have a stack size, we need to set this... Oh, rounding's going to be fun. It shouldn't have to round, though, in theory. But we'll see. Okay, so I have the dust amount. So if I take this value divided by the count, the number of items. So now this should be equal to the amount over the amount of items. Yeah, that should be right. Although... into maths. And then in here, we're going to do a little if-then, basically. So if maths... Oh, shoot. That's not... Dang it. There we go. Oh, I don't need that then. Cool. Okay, so if maths are... Let's do it this way. We'll do that here. We'll do that is equal to if then else. So if maths is greater than or less than or equal to 0. Well, hold on. Let's do double. Because this could be a fractional amount. This could be like 1.5 or something. Dumb. So if maths is less than 1, we're going to return 0. Else maths. Else. Floor. What does floor do again? Strict math, whatever that is. Returns the largest. Oh, you know what? I'm dumb, actually. Hold on. Wait, hold on. Maybe I'm confusing myself here. I think that would work. So if it's a 1 point something, we're gonna return 1 effectively. But if it's under 1, we're gonna return 0. Although maybe math.flow would return 0 regardless. So maybe we can just do that and get away with it. So then dust amount should be things. Yeah, I think that would work. Now, I could rebuild the mod, upload it to GressForge with this one change, but that'd be a little bit silly. So instead, I'm just going to go right into Pedestals. And I know that's read only. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this method right here. Oh, apparently I can't do that right there. Ah, that's why. Put it right there. And then I can just do this instead. So this will now use our custom one that is here. And then we can test that to make sure it works. Hopefully. The other fix is going to be something else. Actually, hold on. This doesn't shrink the item stack size, regardless, though. If this triggers. So that's the other issue. So maybe this is... no. Let's fix the stack size issue first, just to make sure. Or... no, that would... yeah, okay. So we're going to do this. So I guess in theory, this should make it so we don't overflow our jars at least. And then we can test to decrease the stack size. I don't want to do too much at once here if I can help it. Oh, now it just straight up doesn't like our dust. Wonder why that is. Okay, that likes it. That does not, though. Does my dev tool does not output MBT data? I should make it do that. Tools, dev tool. What? Let's modify this method real quick. We'll do that and that. Stack in main hand, and we'll just stack it offhand. Get item. Main hand. Offhand. Cool. If it has tag, then let's do a dot player chat. Or is this called chat formatting? Yep, chat formatting dot gold, comma, COMBON component dot literal. What? Oh, just a string. Okay, cool. That makes it easy on me. Wait, hold on. This is assuming translatable. That's not what I wanted. Why do I do that? Oh, I have a text. Oh, I have a text version. Cool. Beautiful. Is that still a string then? Yeah, cool. Okay, nice. That makes it easy. So it's basically just this dot get tag dot to string, get as string to string. Sure. And that should be able to output now information. Right. So I go back here. I think what might be happening is I might be setting the dust as 0. And then I think the jar's not accepting it as there's no dust in your hand technically. So what I should do What should I do? Do I still need this? I don't. So what I should do is I should set the item stack number. But wait, I need to make sure that the item stack. Okay, so if I do another if item stack dot count, nope, count is greater than 1. If it is greater than 1, then dot shrink. We want to shrink it by this number. And then also with this, I want to shrink it by, well, let me see. Yeah, I think that would work as well. Because that would then shrink the stack size, then the calculation runs, then it sets the item stack size. So I think that would work, because the issue with this is in the, like, jars, for example. If I have a jar, I don't want the jar to go away. But the jar only equals 1, so it won't go away now. Okay, so now if I throw this my offhand and right click. Oh, but yes, dust amount's 0, so that's why the jar won't take it, is because it thinks there's no dust in here, which it's not wrong. So basically, what was happening is I was setting the dust amount to be at divisible by 12, so it's probably like 2 divided by 12 is 0, so it's giving it 0. Which is the intention. Okay, let's try this again. At least it all got absorbed this time. Hey, magic! Yeah, maths is rough for sure. Well, it gave me 12 back like it was supposed to. That's good. Now if I go up to like this. Alright, I'm in creative mode. Of course it won't pull it off of me. Wait, what the fuck's going on? The hell? Why? That's not shit. I wonder what causes that issue. The fuck? Oh, I wonder. Oh. Huh. I wonder if the crystals... Hold on. Now that my inventory is chock full of shit. Let's try this. Okay. Boom. Let's do one of those. Alright, if I just have 12 dusts in my inventory, I hope I need to break that still. Let's go into survival here. Break that. Put it back down. Alright, if I have 12 in here. Wait. Didn't I say I had 12? I'm pretty sure transfer rate's 10. I'm not confused as to why I had 8 and then 4. Right, we got 3. 12. It put in 10, it gave us 4 back. That's... What? How? That doesn't add up. How did we put in... What? Okay, so if I do this, put in 18. Well, that's the correct amount, at least. The fuck? Why would it only extract 8? Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Okay. Shrink my dust items. Okay, yeah, that's normal. Dust transfer dot get dust amount. Hold on. Okay, so dust to transfer should be the value of dust being removed. So if that's 10, that should be 10. That should be 10. If dust to transfer at get amount is greater than or equal to... Why did I write this code this way? I don't know. And my brain's being really slow tonight for whatever reason. Okay, so this is allowing the dust to even be removed in the first place. So if this is dust, this is how it should be removed. This amount is greater than or equal to. So if this is 10, this is not greater than or equal to, so it'd go to the else. Okay. Not creative player. Cool. Oh, this is that give item to player thing. Which, I don't know why I would do that for the creative player. The player doesn't, the creative player doesn't need to get it back. It just needs it, nothing done with it, basically. Okay, so that should solve my weird crystal issue, I think. Yeah, that should solve it. How is that 8 versus 10, though? Because I'm not removing 2 anywhere. So I don't understand why that would be 8. Oh, I see what's going on here. Okay. Oh, no, but this is the validation. This is not actually checking the quantity. Do I validate it up here at all? Yeah, I do. I validate it here as well. Okay. Okay, so the validation check makes sure I have the right color of dust, basically. Theoretically, that should check for count, but it doesn't. I don't know why. I didn't do it that way for whatever reason. Okay, so get space for dust, calculate transfer rate from there, calculate to make sure our current stack is even, if it is smaller than transfer rate, then make the transfer rate the smallest size possible. Okay. Dust to transfer is the color of the input dust with the count of the transfer rate. So we're adding it. We're adding what we can transfer. Is this checking for... This item's.get is not empty. And same item with tags. Okay, so this is not verifying the count size of the stack, which is good. I don't want that. So that's not an issue. So this should find... Well, this should find the input stack anyway. No. Yes, this should find the stack that we're looking for anyway. Okay, so we find the exact stack. We add dust to the transfer, to the, we add dust to the pedestal. Because it's similar transfer calculation. And then we basically are removing dust. We check to make sure the item can be removed. So if it can be removed and if the transfer rate count is greater than or equal to the... I don't know why I can't just use this here. Because it doesn't get modified ever. So yeah, so the amount to transfer, which I guess technically is the same number here. So this is greater than or equal to that. Which it could be. And that. Let me shrink by the count of that. Yes, that's correct. So if transfer rate is smaller than the current stack size, we go into the else. And the else says, does Java allow you to chain like that? I don't know. Oh, you mean like to actually do like greater than equal to? Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I thought you meant like chaining multiple of them together, and that's a no. But like, yeah, you can put the greater, because you have greater than or equal to. Well, I guess isn't it the same in math class and calculus? I could have sworn it's the same in calculus too. I guess in calculus we have different symbols for it, but those are custom characters. Yeah, you can totally do that because that's x is less than or equal to y and z, whatever z, if z is a true false variable. Because if x is less than or equal to y, that's a true false statement, and then z, if that's a true false statement, that would work inside of like an if statement, because it's checking if the first one and the second one are both true, basically. So yeah, that's totally valid. Okay, so let me see. We don't want to remove any items from our player if he's in creative, which is what that check and this check is for. So if our transfer size is smaller than our current dust, which if we have 12 dust, transfer size is currently 10, so that would be true. Oh. So then we got to figure out... Oh, hey, I have the same issue again. I need to shrink my stack size before I set the magic in the stack. Because the way our set magic works is wonky. It's not perfect, for sure. You know you tried it in JavaScript when you were learning and got confused because it did. In JavaScript it should work about the same. I do know in like Cold Fusion it uses like GT for greater than and GTE for greater than or equals to. So I know that syntax is different in some other languages, but in JavaScript that should also still work. I think. Honestly, I don't do a whole lot of math with JavaScript. We have a math API I use half the time for that. Which, to be fair, in Java as well, there's a math API we could use for a lot of our math stuff. But yeah, for simple things like that. No, should work the same. Maybe you could parentheses the... Oh, because sometimes it doesn't like formulas if you do like an if with that. So you might have to put the x less than or equal to y in a parentheses, because then it would then compute that first, because there is some sort of order to operations. Oh, I don't know what the difference would be. If y is less than z in Boolean versus y less than z and y less than x. I'm pretty sure y less than z in Boolean is going to be more performant than trying to calculate y less than z and y less than x. So it just kind of depends on if we're dealing with... If we have a Boolean already, might as well use it for the performance reason. Otherwise, you could just do the formulas if you don't already have a Boolean set up. Okay, so stack size is greater than transfer size. So we're now saying the difference is that. So now we have the difference if it's greater than 0. Difference is greater than 0. If it's less... If the difference is less than 0, it's basically this all over again, isn't it? So I wouldn't need this necessarily. I did forget for names. There's that. If we scroll up, I think that's all stream. Oh, like this. Oh, this, I mean, this is if then else. Is that what you're talking about? Is this if then else statement? Because this is JavaScript as well. We put parentheses, question mark, parentheses, colon, parentheses. That's if then else. Just in single line format. And I know I've done that in JavaScript before. Whereas this is just that. Okay. Unless you mean like farther up here, maybe. But no, I mean even farther up there. This is basically the same thing as this down here. Almost, not quite. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, shout out like a line number or something. Right. So stack size greater than transfer rates. So 12 is greater than 10, which means our difference would be 2, which would be greater than 0. If we can remove the dust, then we will. So we'll just do the transfer rate. So it should remove 10 from our 12, and then it should set the magic on the stack. The color, and then oh, this is the that's a silly, I don't know what I did that for. This is the same number. Boom. So we'll shrink the size of the stack, then we'll set the amount of magic in the stack. And because 2 magic and 2 dust items should be 1 of each. Otherwise, if this is empty, then this is actually this. Wait, no. Oh, no, that's right. Yeah, dust item stack, that could count. So we shrink by the count and set it to empty because there's nothing else in there. Actually, I guess I don't even need that because effectively, code-wise, this is really just this up here. Repeated for whatever reason. Wait, why am I giving the item to player here? Shouldn't I be setting the slot? No. Why am I giving the item to the player? I think that's unnecessary. Because I'm already setting the size of the slot. I'm shrinking it. Okay, so that's where my issue was, is I was giving items to the player for no reason. Duh. Okay, so that should fix up that issue. We'll give this a run again. I didn't realize we had so many errors from last stream that were still in here. I was really hoping I could get the other bits and bobs done that I wanted to get done. That's something I could probably look into. See if I can render text in the air. some way to read out what is in the pedestal, items and entities and stuff was. All right, let's do a breaky break. Go bye. Okay. We have 12. We no longer have 12. We have 12. Cool. All right, so that still works, as it should. And that works as it should too. Sweet. All right, cool. That is good stuff. So that's fixed. That has 12 in it. Does that still count? Oh, it yoinked the whole thing from me. But there's only one item, so why did it not give me my 12? Or unless it did. Hold on. No, it did not. Uh-oh, now we got another issue. This is a single item. It should have given me 12 back, but it did not. 36, 70, 12. Okay. So I have 12 on me again. Yoinked the whole thing, only gave me 10. Right, okay. That's a bit of an issue. So the other way to test that is... Let's go... Alright, we have 12 there. 2. It's not removing our last 2. And it keeps going up. That's another issue. Okay. Oh, fun stuff, fun stuff. Alrighty. Weird. Why is that doing that then? Am I just making this more confused? Is that what I'm doing? So transfer rate should be 2 because dust magic and stack for this is going to be 2. So this is probably set to 2, and it was because it's incrementing by 2. The issue was it wasn't taking out. So if transfer rate is greater than or equal to that, but it's not, it's less than. So if magic and stack dot get amount minus that equals 0. Oh, so this is where this comes in. I do still need to set this. Which line was it? Can you give me a number? I don't have the stream on like super quick stream or super slow. 449. Okay, or somewhere in there. Boom. Oh, this one. Okay, yeah. I mean, just in case. I'm pretty sure it's running the right way, but we can always do that. And that would ensure that this runs first. Although I'm pretty sure, order of operations wise, I'm pretty sure this runs and then that runs. But we can just do that and play it safe. But yeah, I see that. Yes, so remover is actually just right here, right above it. And what remover is we have items. Here we go. Here's an item. So here's an item. If we check our class here, we have this implements. No, this class here. We got to go backtrack a few things. IDUS storage. So IDUS storage is an interface with one method in it, and the interface says, "Do we consume on empty?" So basically, when an item has 0 dust in it, it will either delete it, or if it's like a dust jar, it will let it stay. So dust jars don't get consumed when they're empty, whereas dust would. So yeah, that's the Boolean, and then that's also why we have it. So yeah. So this way, not only can I have dust that comes from crystals, but I can also use these custom items that the pedestals drop, because pedestals itself doesn't have its own dust. I would have to somehow make compat that says go find and ensure dust mods installed or something, but I don't necessarily want to do that. I might end up making dust just a base item in my mod loader stuff. I don't know. I haven't gotten to that point yet. Kind of just developing stuff as I go here. Okay, but yeah, so that should be that. Yeah, cool. All right, so because we had 2 left and 2 transfer equals 0, this failed and this was running, but because we weren't setting the number of dust in the jar because it wasn't able to be consumed, we didn't have to technically, because items in this else, they just get removed. Otherwise we do this, which actually theoretically I don't need this technically, because this should trigger up here first. It should not trigger down here. But this does because of containers, basically. But I guess I can leave this in here anyway, just for shits and giggles. And that should then take the dust out of the jar now, like it's supposed to. But I do need to figure out because transfer rate should have been less than the current dust, because we have that item that got removed completely. Difference. Get dust magic and item stack. So if that was 12 minus, oh, I see. Okay. So we have a container that can be removed, basically, is the issue here. So if remover and where's my stack size? Dust item stack dot get count is greater than 1. Boom. Boom. Okay. So this should make sure that if I have a container that can be removed on empty, but yeah, I think. Wait, hold on. Maybe no. This one doesn't need it, because this one's actually removing it completely. Because there's no more dust left. Wait, what? Right. Yes, I think that's right. Okay, so this way it should remove items, and if it doesn't remove it, okay, yeah, it sets it to 0. Okay, wow, that should be the fixes. I hope. I really hope. The transfer rate's dynamic, but the transfer rate is not equivalent to the amount of items that we're holding at times. So, like, a dust jar is a single item, but it has multiple dusts in it, and the transfer rate is the dust inside the jar, not the item itself. So in this instance, a lot of times I'm checking greater than or equal to for the item count or the dust count, I believe is the answer to that question. Okay. Beautiful. So it pulled out 12 like it should. And I have 12. Cool. Okay. It gets hung up in the dust jar. Why is it getting hung up on the dust jar? I think it's because I don't check if there's actually dust in it or not. I need to do that. So I need to run this, I guess. So I need to run a filter here. My filter needs to check to make sure there's actually dust inside. Let's verify that this item is not empty, basically. Cool. Perfect. So that should bypass the empty jar. Oh, greater than 1? At least 1. Item stacks, if there is more than 1... So... usually I would use greater than or equal to 1. The problem is... I want to... I should do... How would that work? I should do greater than or equal to 2, is what it should be. Greater than 1 is basically just greater than or equal to 2. And the reason for that is if I have one item, I might have a dust jar. And the dust jar gets handled differently than a pile of dust does. So if I have greater than 1 or 2 dust or more, then I'm dealing with a larger stack size. I would say, what if I'm dealing with, I mean, and this is not just a jar, this is also that custom item that doesn't have a texture right now, as well, is covered by that greater than 1. Although I guess technically, I could have multiples of those. I guess that's something else we need to test here. We have 12. Let's pop creative. Now we have a stack. On Pop Creative. Oh, it's telling us the color amount for the whole stack. I didn't consider that. Does regular dust do that? No, because I don't have it set up that way. Interesting. I don't know if I dislike that or not. Hmm. Oh, greater than 0. Yeah, I'm just trying to differentiate between if I have one item or more than one item. Yeah, if it's lost on the item stack, I need to do it slightly differently. Although maybe not, because like in this instance, I don't know how that's going to work. Because the way the code reads it is it reads it as 768, not as 64 items with 12 each, basically. So I don't know how this is going to work. Oh, yeah, that's an issue too. Okay. Oh, I have too many issues with this because I've thought of too many different ways to do this. God dang it. Okay, so what is one of these equal? 20 now. Right. Okay. I need to find a different way to handle all this shit because there's too many different conditions. There's dust, which is a single value per dust. There's then these custom storages, which is any amount per item. And then there's jars, which are single items that can have tons of stuff in them. I might just have to rewrite all this code here to figure out what's the best way to do it. And I think part of the rewrite is originally I never planned for this custom item to exist. And so normally this code would probably work just fine. The issue is because of this custom item could have tons of stuff in it. And as long as that's one item and it doesn't stack, that would be fine. The issue is it does stack. Do I want to make it not stack? Could I handle them the same way? I kind of do, and I kind of don't. I basically, currently I have a condition that can handle a stack of items as long as they're 1-to-1 value-wise. So count to values 1-to-1. And then I have a way to handle items that are single items that have multiple amounts in them. But I don't have a way to handle both of those things dynamic. So both count of stack size and count of dust inside. So far I've only conditioned things one way or the other. I haven't really made a way to do this custom item. And I think part of that's because my base methods that I'm using right now don't allow for a lot of just the way it's handled is weird. So if we find this, so when I read the dust in an item stack, I'm actually taking into account the stack count, and I wonder if I should return a different value. If I should return other information. If I should instead return just the count of an individual item and then work from there under that assumption. So maybe I should rewrite this get dust magic and stack method to work only on, to act like it only works on a single item in the stack. So instead of getting the total stack amount size, I should get an adjusted amount. So let's copy this. We're going to add this up here. There we go. So we're going to take away this stack multiplier, basically. So now it should only get the stack of a single item size-wise. Actually, now that I think about it, how does a jar handle this? Because that's 80. I guess it's not possible to calculate the dust inside the stack item class. Okay, so what I'm currently doing is actually that. I'm actually saying I have 4. So like, if we look here, this says Matlab color name 202,580. That's the total amount in this entire stack. In reality, each one of these is worth 20. I think. Yeah, each one of these is actually worth 20. But to combine, now we have 600 because there's 30 of them. So I'm already doing that number, but I think that's what's screwing us up, is I'm handling it as a total amount, and then when I set the amount, the set method, if we look up at the set method originally didn't really have that. It would actually set the stack size. So it would set every individual item in the stack to this number, and this number was basically a value, which was incorrect because this method grabbed it based on how many items are in the stack. This method up here was giving it back based on each individual item being that amount, which is wrong. So this math bit basically converted the amount of magic divided by this total stack size, which is how it was being calculated here, is by the total stack size. And then the issue here is if we have any decimals, we're basically rounding down. But if we have 0, then we should actually remove the item, but we weren't. So that led to other issues. But I could revert this back to what it was. Boom. I could revert. This would stay the same. So now these methods, the way they're working is it's taking one item effectively and calculating out the amount per that one item. And now we're going to handle the items in a way that's different. So our default handling will handle them as individuals instead of as a stack, which will lead to some other maths. So I'll do the totals. I don't know what I'm going to do here. I'm going to do a lot of weird stuff probably. Or maybe I should make I don't know. This is a very complex issue that I never thought I'd have. All because I wanted some stupid item that could have both a large amount of dust and stack. Because I thought it would be cool if I could just stack 64 stacks of a compressed item effectively. And do it all in special hidden data. Because I'm an idiot. And overcomplicated things yet again. Alright, anywho. Let's rewrite this. Oh, this will be fun. Okay. So this is actually CZ. Apparently there's a thunderstorm going on outside. Okay, so that should be... Now we're using our new custom method instead of the API. Or library mod, rather. Right. Okay, got about another half hour here before we call it quits for the night. And then, I don't know, I might end up streaming again Saturday and Sunday. But I think for dev work, we're going to shoot for Tuesdays and Thursday nights. Unless I get a better schedule going. But yeah, another half hour here we're going to spend on this bug. Right. So, we need to rewrite all this crap again. This is fine because we're just checking get dust magic in item. I should rename these methods as well because these are not item stacks anymore. They are the item. Oh, did I went up too far. Did I go up too far? No, what am I doing? Where's my custom? Oh crap, what have I done? Here we are. Okay. Gotcha. I did go up too far. So we're going to call this in item. Because in Minecraft, an item is a singular unit, and an item stack is a multiple unit. So we're going to do this. Did I delete something I didn't mean to delete? I did. Or, wait, no. What have I done? What have I done? What have I done? Wow, that thunderstorm's crazy right now. Holy crap. Alright, so here's our item stack. Boom. Okay. Not that this is really necessary, but for shits and giggles, because we can. Cool. So now we multiply exact. It's 2 ints, so it's fine. All right. Get rid of the system print, I think. Okay. So this value is our container current dust, basically. Dust to transfer is that. Okay, so how this works, get space for dust, so this is the space in the pedestal. The transfer rate is the whatever the minimum number is. So if total dust and stack is small, which it could be, like what if this was 1, you know, it could be smaller. It's not currently though. I actually probably get rid of my stupid client here. Okay, so we take the whichever is smallest, either this number, which it's not right now, or basically the dynamic transfer rate, or the space available. So if the space available is less than transfer rate, then we'll have space available as the small number, or transfer rate might be the small number, who knows. But whichever those two are smaller, then it checks if that's smaller or not, and it returns the smallest. Cool. Transfer rate is the smallest, basically. I used to do this. I can just do the math number now. Maybe I need to do that down here too. Yeah, this needs to be converted to that same method as well. Let's do that right now. Boink. Cool. We'll worry about that later. Right, so that's transfer rate now. So that's simplified uber nice. Space, transfer rates, dust to transfer. This is a custom dust value based on our transfer rates. So we grab the dust color and then the transfer rate. Okay. So now we check the pedestal. I mean, it can accept the color is what this method does. So we let's just can. So that's what that does. Then this is basically the dual method where it can do both. It checks both. Can I accept that amount and can I accept that color? And this is just a test. So this is a simulation. It's not actually going to do anything. So if this value is greater than 0, which means it will return 10 if our transfer rate's 10, if it can insert all 10. Otherwise, if it can't inserts, oh, you know what I should do? Even though transfer rate should be the smallest amount, I actually should do this. I actually should do int. That's not a correct variable. But actually, and theoretically, I should actually verify that this is, oh no, because technically this should return transfer rate, but in the instance where it doesn't, do I go to this do I go to this stupidity level and check if it isn't make the transfer rate smaller thing? No, I don't think it's necessary. Oh, watch it be a bug later in life. Fuck it, I don't care. Oh yeah, because we just do this right after anyway, so this is the actual insert. Whatever. Good enough for me. Okay. Alright, so now the rest of this crap code is the dust removal part. Okay, so basically if, let's just do some ifs here. If transfer rate is greater than current dust, then we'll have to somehow process this. So basically, if transfer rate's larger than the current dust size, do I care if it equals the current dust size? Sure, if it equals the current dust size, then we definitely needed one item for sure if it is equal to the current dust. If it's greater than, we need to consume multiple. So if I do a double, actually, would double value work? Yeah, I could do double. Is it a difference? No, it would be, what is, I can't remember what is it product for division? Or is it, I can't remember. We'll call it divider, because I'm forgetful and don't know what it's actually called. So if divider is transfer rate, because it's greater than or equal to current dust. Nope, I didn't put my equal sign in there. So this value, oh no, hold on. I might have to do a modulus. Let's do modulus. Modulus is the point whatever value. Let me do a quick weather check. Because that thunder is insane. Thunderstorm. It's raining. No shit, Sherlock. Thanks, Google, for being worthless. Alright, it's only going to go on for another hour, basically. No warnings, thankfully. It's just loud thunder shit. Okay, so my divider is a modulus value. So if divider does not equal 0.0, so basically if the difference here does not result in an even number, dividend, divisor, hey, there we go. Divider, divisor, you know. Sure, we'll rock that. Okay, so if the divisor is not a perfect number. Oh. I wonder if Google knows to spell it. Divisor.
Here's the definition of divisor. A
D-I-V-I-S-O-R. Ah, it's an O-R. That's a fun one. Cool. We got it. Thanks, Google. I just Google Voice on my phone, man. It is the best. I don't know where I'd be in life without it. At least spelling wise, because I am horrible. I've been spelling color palette wrong for too long. I used to spell it with 2 L's and 1 T. It is 2 L's and 1 T. Maybe I was spelling it with 1 L and 2 T's. I can't remember. Words. Not my strong suit. Even though I'm a programmer somehow. My English teacher must have cursed me or something. Alright, so divisor. If our divisor is a perfect 0, it means we don't have a remainder. Why modulus is the remainder value, I don't know, but it is. So, no remainder. That means that I can do an integer let's call this dividend. Although dividends are... Oh, fuck with it. Screw it. Boom. 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 Okay. Modulo's math. All right. So if we don't have a remainder in our division, I wonder if there's a better way to check for that, but I feel like it's complicated. So I think that's the best way is to use modulus. I think it's called modulus. I don't know why. So yeah, if divisor's not equal to... Wait, no. Is equal to. If it is equal to 0, then this is going to be a whole number, and I won't have to worry about that crap. Else... Else I need the same number. Which I guess I could just do it this way. Yep, cool. Alright. So basically this one... Remove... So if there's no remainder, we're going to remove that many items exactly from the item stack. Otherwise, we're going to remove the same amount of items. Remove dividend plus 1, actually. So we're going to remove dividend plus 1 value of items and then return a modified item value because it's a portion. Yes, I think that's how that's going to be. The issue is, what about jars? Yes, so the modulo is the divisor, the full value, because the modulus is going to be a decimal of some sort. Actually, no, that's an integer too. Shit. Because it returns between 0, no, 0 and 9 it returns. Because 10 is 1.0. So yeah, I think it's between 0 and 9 is the modulus return. That's right, that's right. So if divisor is equal to 0, which means it's a full number, anything above that would be a 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. That's right. I think. Yeah. So the divisor, if that's equals 0, that means our dividend, which I need dividend for both of these effectively. So then shrink that amount. I'm just making up words to make variable names here. I just need variable names, okay? Just give me a break, please. I understand it's not... I guess that is confusing, because it's not technically the divisor, it's the... Here, remainder. There we go. That's the proper word for what that actually is. Because if we do 1 over 2, this is going to return 5, which is the remainder, I guess. And then... And then the quotient, I guess, is this value. Boom. Okay. Boom. Okay. Now we're using proper terms here. my other list. That's all right. I mean, shoot, I watched some of the old school, what is that called? The New Boston is where I learned my Java, and that was like 10 years ago nearly now. And they went offline, like their account, I don't know where their account went on YouTube, like it just like disappeared for a period of time. And then it came back, and then I think they had like a whole group of people making videos for it or something. But whatever the kid's name was when he was making the videos by himself, he would call crap like poop. It'd be poop 1 and poop 2, or like stupid stuff like that, or like ham 1 and ham hawk, or like silly stuff is what it was. But it's like I still remember them, so it's like genius way to name things. It's just silly names for teaching, because then your students at least remember the variables. Yes, variable names, wonderful. But I do a lot of that like list 1, list 2 crap too. I shouldn't, but I do. In fact, I think I have a way of saving block positions, and I think I save one as block pause 1 and block pause 2. So, yeah, it happens for sure. I at least spell it out. I mean, to be fair, JavaScript and Java are they're like distant cousins, I think is probably the best way to put that. I do Java at work, and there's so many times where I'm frustrated by JavaScript. Oh, no, hold on. I do JavaScript at work, so I'm a front-end web developer. I do back-end stuff too, but mainly front-end is where my strong suit's at. So I get so jealous of us using Java for modding and the other team that uses Java for front-end stuff, because there's so many things in Java that I'm aware of that JavaScript can technically do. See, we are switching to Node.js. Couldn't write HTML to save your life. So the interesting thing with my job right now is we're switching to Node.js here in like half a year. Probably. Maybe a year at most. And our option was either we do Java, which is the one I wanted, but they didn't want to do Java because Java is going to require teaching people way more stuff than Node will. So we're probably going to switch to Node in 6 months to a year. So I'll probably end up using Node for a fair bit of stuff. But along with Node, I think we're doing Node mainly for like backend, because I think we're trying to get away from using MSSQL, I think. Or no, we're getting away from using Cold Fusion. That's what it was. So we're using Cold Fusion 2021, I think, which is HTML on top of whatever Adobe's created, basically. But Adobe has terrible support, and we hate them, so we're switching to a thing that has no support, basically. But yeah, we're going to end up using Bootstrap on top of Node, on top of MS SQL, on top of something else, I think. It's going to be fun. Why we can't use Java, I don't know. I think other than... It sucks, because it's like, I think in my development group of like 60 people, 5 of us know how to use Java, and they don't want to teach the other 55 people how to use Java, because it would take it'd probably take half a year to a year to train everyone up to speed where like us 5 are at. Which sucks, because I would much prefer to use Java for our interfaces and everything, really. But whatever. Not my decision. I don't make the big bucks. And I've now lost track of what I was doing again. And my wife just texted me, holy shit, that was a loud thunderstorm. And I can't hear it as well because I have headphones on. Alright, remainder is equal to 0, yay. We'll shrink, but I can't shrink that because I also have to take into account if it's not a single stack. Fuck. Alright, so how we're going to do this? Transfer rate. Current dust. So the issue with current dust... Oh, I guess I could do this. Jesus. I guess I could do an if here. That's like, if quotient... Here's that greater than 1 again. If it's greater than 1, then we can do the shrink. So we can do item stack dot shrink by the quotient, whatever we want to call it. Suppose I could have Google say it for me and then I'd know, but that'd be too much work. Right, so then if our stack size, okay, so this is per item, this is total amount. If it's equal, or if it's an equal amount for the division, which means that, yeah, okay. So let's say current dust is 10, and I have 10 dust. Every dust is 1. Transfer rate's 10. So if I do 10 divided by 1, that's 10. So 10 is greater than 1. So then we'll shrink by 10. Yeah, I think that's fair. Which I guess technically this could go here. And then I could do this, maybe? Yeah. Actually, that's not what it is. Nope, that's not it either. Alright, where in the world is my block class for the pedestal? Pedestal block. Need to give an item to a player, please. Where is this at? Use is the right click. There we go. This is what I want. Boom. Boom. We'll comment that out for now. So we'll give it back to the player and whatever amount they need. Cool. I guess this would be 1. And then this would be the player, which is... I forgot I could do this. Simplify that. Player. Oh, why is that not allowed? Oh, it's not allowed because that's not what I'm doing. I need the world now, so I can spawn an item. No, I need, there we go. Uh-oh, level? Oh no, what do I need here? Oh no, I just need to set... no, I do need to spawn an item in. I do need the level. X, Y, Z, so item entity dot get X. Get Z. And then I need to give it new item stack. Is that all I can do for item stack? Yep, combine tag is the last one. Cool. Okay. So now we're going to set up... Oh yeah, I need to make a... I guess this is... This is the remainder item. So the remainder is a number value of some sort. Dust transfer. Okay. So dust transfer get dust color, and then the amount is going to be. There's a few in various spots with different numbers. Oh, the P60502. So anytime you see P underscore something, it is basically in Minecraft is decompiled. Their compiling stuff is what makes those numbers. I don't mod on mappings. So like there's some mappings out there called Parchment, and the mappings turn those P underscore numbers into actual like parameter names. Some of them are already pre-mapped just by Forge. So like entity in, that's a pre-mapped by Forge. Yeah, it's the obfuscated name basically. So whenever you see like a p underscore whatever, yeah, that's a non-obfuscated name. And Minecraft Forge is just, they don't have the time to go in and actually edit all those because Minecraft changes things often enough. They just don't have the time to do it. Parchment is, again, like I said, a mapping thing that maps a lot of those, but they're like a whole nother thing. They're a whole nother like branch of people that do it because they don't like using the P names for whatever reason. I don't care. I mean, I can understand code well enough that I don't need the parchment mappings. I mean, I guess it's more useful, but you just get used to it over time. I guess it would save me scrolling up to find the P tag and then coming back down, but it's whatever. Okay, so yeah. Okay. So we shrank by dividend plus 1, effectively. Or let's rename this to quotient. So we've done this plus 1 value of items, and then we're returning an item, but we need to modify it now. So the modified amount is going to be the quotient times the current dust. So integer of return or int modified dust amount is equal to quotient. Let's do math here. And dust an item. No, shit, wrong number. That. But it's this number. So now we have to do the transfer rates minus that number. Boom. So this is the modified dust amounts. And then that goes here. Perfect. So we've removed an extra item because we're returning an item that's modified, which will make it its own item stack, and that's a whole other issue, but I won't worry about it. Because now that should be right. So now this should be able to handle quotient above 1. So yeah, this should handle any item stacks greater than 1. In theory. Okay, so if this is less than 1, which means it's a remainder, basically. No, if it's equal to 1 or less. So let me think about this. A jar could have current dust of 1,000. Transfer rates modulus 1,000. I don't know what that would do. I guess it would still be a remainder, right? Because if I did like 5 over 1,000. Oh, that's like a super modulus. How would modulus do that? How would modulus handle something that's like a 0.0005? I don't know. Would it be 5 as the output? Or would it be... I don't know. Yeah, that's not what I want to do. Huh, okay. Now we have to handle, or figure out how we're going to handle single item stacks of 1, basically, is what we're trying to handle here. And if transfer rate over current dust is less than an integer, it's going to be 0. I guess if remainder does not equal 0, remainder transfer rate over current dust. Okay, let's take 10 over 12. That would be a modulus of 8.8. So modulus would be 8 or 83 maybe. I don't... I have to just run some print lines and figure it out from there. So I don't exactly know how modulus operates. Let's maybe pop a Google open here. New window. Okay. Okay, if I do 5 over 2, the remainder is 1. Wait, how's the remainder 1? Oh, maybe I'm using modulus incorrectly here. Because this is saying the modular operator is one of the fundamental operators in Java. It's a binary operator. What's a binary operator? Oh, okay. For example, 5 module 2 will return 1. I'm assuming it's because you have half of 2 and it returns 1. But if you divide 5 with 2, the remainder is not 1, it's half. Or is it because it's an integer value? It returns 1. I don't know. That makes more sense. 101 over 10 would be 0.1, which returns 1. 123, 4 over 10 returns 4. That makes sense. But why would 5 over 2 return 1? It's just because it's half? But wouldn't... Wouldn't half be 5, though? That's what confused me just now. But all the other ones, it's like 101 over 10 is 0.1, which is the remainder. 1, 2, 3, 4 over 10 is 0.4 remainder, so then it returns 4, so that makes sense. Okay, another check if a number is even or odd. Yeah, okay. Eleven over 3. Why would that be 2? No, 11 over 3 does not have a remainder of 2. It's 0.6. Which I mean, I guess is 2 of... I guess technically... Okay. It's 2/3, which is 2. Okay. That's why it returns 2. Hmm. So modules may not be the correct way to go about this, but I guess we'll see. Oh, I see what you're saying. So 11 minus 9 is 2 because... I see. Does that matter for us any? Not really. Because currently all we've cared about is if it has a remainder, then it needs to be handled differently. But now I'm trying to figure out... I don't know what I'm trying to figure out because I've lost myself in this quest for how it works. My brain is so foggy tonight. I don't know why it's not working as fast as it usually does. Maybe it's just too hot in the house. Maybe that's my issue. Okay, so transfer rate is greater than dust. Okay. Less than 2. Yeah, basically. Because if it's greater than 1, this has to be less than 1, but it's probably going to be... It's probably going to be 1 unless 0. I don't care for 0. I could do it as else if, I guess, and hard condition it to equals 1. But the only way that would be 1 is if transfer rates, so that, and the, okay, so if I did 10 over 12, that is what, 2 modulus is what that would end up being, because it's 2/10. No. Oh, I did 10 over 12. So 2/12. No. Yes. 10 over 12 is 0.8, which technically 2/12 would be... I'm assuming 2 would be the modulus of that then, because that's what's left over? Do I use the... I do use... Do I actually use the remainder value anywhere? I don't. The problem is that I don't know if quotient will be 1 if 10 over 12 is 0, potentially. So I don't know if integer will auto ceiling or auto floor. Because a floor div of transfer rate, which is 10, if we have that item that has 12 in it, that floor div integer, actually if it's a floor div, it would go to 0. So then quotient would be 0. Which if it's 0, then, I mean, that's definitely one item. It could also be 1, though. So we do need to check if it's greater than 1 first. But 10 over 10 would be 1. Oh, no, that wouldn't work the way I think it would. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out... I guess technically, I'm trying to figure out... In my head, I'm going through instances of where this doesn't work for us. Because right now, if we get the floor divide, which is... If it's a point something, we're going to go low. Transfer rates, which is dust value. Current dust is the dust in the item. If transfer rate's 10, oh no, that's right, because current dust in a piece of dust is 1. So 10 over 1 is 10, so that's fine. But if current dust is, say, 1,000, like we have in a full jar, and transfer rate's 10, it's going to be less than 1, which will probably result in a 0 for quotient. And if it was exactly 10, it would result in 1. At which point we would remove that. But if it was a single item of 12, quotient would be 0.8. Does floor div... What would floor div do in the instance of 0.8? Actually, it would either be 1 or it'd be 1 or 0. Because 0.8 would either go floor, it wouldn't even matter what the floor is. Because it wouldn't be above. Oh, this even just goes straight off of the... whatever the integer assigns it, basically. Yeah, I think even 99.99 or 0.9999 would probably go to 0 here. I guess let's read what this says. Returns with the largest closest to positive infinity int value that is less than or equal to the algebraic quotient. So normally the int value will truncate things. So if the number is the same, so if it's like an even number, then it doesn't really do anything. So 1.33 is 1, which is how I would assume that would work. Yeah, that seems right. Okay, well, that'll work, I hope. Actually, technically, if I did the ceiling here, as long as it's an even number, this doesn't really change much. If I did a ceiling, I wouldn't need this value. And if I did a ceiling, this would still be the same. Not necessarily. Transfer rates, current dust. No, I need to flip these. That's my issue here. I think. Because if I flip this... No. No, that's right, because transfer rate, we're trying to get how many current dust goes into transfer rate. So that's right. Because 1 over that would not be the right number. That's right. Okay, okay. Oh, math is so hard to think about. I haven't done it in years. Other than simple math. And I'm also dealing with way too many variables here too, because it's like I have an item that equals 1, I have an item that equals more than 1, and I have multiple items that equal multiple numbers. Oh, jeez. Lucky. Yeah, I haven't done schooling since 2014, I think. Somewhere in there. Maybe 2015. 2014 for sure. I got my 2-year degree and said, screw school. And then I went and got a management job that paid me more than my degree would ever pay me. And then that management job led me to a web development job that pays me double to triple of what I would have made prior. And then the top rate for the 2-year degree that I had, the top rate is like what I was making when I was a part-time manager, basically. So it's like I would have got so screwed trying to actually do my job, but I got lucky and managed to find a development job that pays me way more. And the only way to break out of my degree, which is drafting, the only way to break out of the pay scaling for that crap job is starting your own business printing 3D things on printers, basically, or become an engineer. But that's 4 more years of schooling, roughly, at least 2 more, depending on what type of engineer. So that's not something I wanted to do. I wanted to play games and mod. And that's what I still do. A bit not the best sometimes, but it's okay. Alright, my brain is about as shot as I think it's going to get here today. We might just stop here and we'll come back Tuesday. I might do a little work over the weekend. I don't know yet. But I think we're going to come back Tuesday and figure this crap out then, because my brain... I need sleep. Tomorrow's Friday. Yeah, I can't do this anymore. This is driving me crazy. All right, well, hey, thanks for stopping by. I will try to be back around 7 Central Standard Time on Tuesday, and we'll do some more of this. Hopefully over the weekend I get something done. I don't know if I'll stream it or not. I think I have my Twitter linked in my Twitch channel somewhere. And I will tweet out a stream if I'm going to do a stream, so... But I don't think I'm going to do anything over the weekend. I think that's going to be just me having fun. And then I'll come back Tuesday at 7 Central Standard Time. We'll do another stream. Hopefully we'll have this fixed, but if not, then you do have it linked? Awesome. Sweet. Perfect. So yeah. I should actually probably link my Discord to my Twitch as well. I didn't think about that. I might do that later. Alright, I'm going to call it quits for tonight. Thanks for stopping by, hanging out, and chatting, and explaining modulus to me, because that's confusing for whatever reason. And we'll see you later. Have a good day. Have a good night. Have a good afternoon. Bye-bye.